Okay, good morning. Welcome to
GreatMath number 190.
GreatMath number 190. So, you had a very tricky problem this morning that gave you a lot of trouble. And that problem was 12 times 15 times 16 equals 3146, and all these numbers are in some base. And you're supposed to find that base. Okay? So, tell me some ideas that you had.
Well, we could try to do this product in base 10 and see if the base will be like less than base 10 or more than base 10.
Okay, good. So what do we need to do then if we're going to check base 10? That's a great way to start. Let's just check base 10 because we know base 10 is the base we're most comfortable with.
Yeah.
So let's just check base 10. So what do we find?
So we have to do 12 times 15 times 16.
Okay.
So let's see. We could try 12 times 15 and 12 times 15 is, I think it's 180.
Okay. So 12 times 15 is 180. I'll write that over here.
And then we need to multiply that by 16.
Okay.
180 times 10 is 1,800. And then 180 times 6, that'll be, well, that would be 600 plus 480. So that would be, together that would be 1,080.
Uh-huh.
And then, so that'll be 1,880.
Nope.
All of them together.
Nope. It won't be 1,880.
2,880.
Yeah, 2,880. Okay. So we just learned that this product in base 10 is 2,880.
And that's less than 3146.
Uh-huh.
So the base that we're doing this in needs to be smaller so we get a bigger product.
Okay. Now, there's a different way we could have seen very quickly that base 10 doesn't work without doing all the multiplication out. Can you tell me how you think maybe we could have seen that base 10 didn't work even without just doing all the multiplication?
So if we don't do all the multiplication, then let's see.
What are some things you know about these numbers in base 10?
Well, they're
simple things you know about these numbers.
They all have a 1 for the tens digit.
That's true, but about the numbers themselves.
None of them are prime.
Okay, none of them are prime. That's good. Is this number prime?
No.
Okay, in base 10. How do you know?
Yeah. Well, because you're multiplying numbers that aren't prime together, and that number won't be prime. Even if they were prime.
Yeah, but we're trying to see, we know this isn't the right number in base 10. But we're just trying to check real quick in base 10, could this product be this number in base 10? Okay?
No.
So is it in base 10, is 3146 prime?
No.
How do you know?
Well, because it ends in a 6.
So how does that tell you it's not prime?
It's even.
It's even, which means what?
It's divisible by 2, and that means it's not prime.
Okay, it's divisible by 2 and not prime. Is the other side here divisible by 2?
Yes.
How do you know?
Well, the 12 and the 16.
Okay.
But it's also divisible by 5 from the 15.
Uh-huh.
And if you put the 2 and the 5 together, so this product will end in a 0.
Aha! This product's going to end in a 0 in base 10.
Yeah.
Okay? And we could also have seen that just by multiplying the last digits together, by the way.
Yeah.
When you multiply the last digits together, what do you learn about the product?
That it's going to be, it's going to end in a 0.
Well, that's what you learn about it in this case, but what do you learn about it in general when you multiply the last digits together? You learn what?
that it's divisible by 10.
Well, that's what you learn about this number specifically, but any three numbers together, when you multiply the last digit, what do you learn about the product?
It's not prime.
No, you learn the last digit of the product. Oh. So when you take numbers and multiply their last digits together, you learn the last digit of the product. The last digit of the last digits is the last digit of the product. So the 2 times 5 times 6 is 60. Yes. So that tells you that the product has to end in a 0.
Ah.
That's what I was asking. Okay. So we found 3 different ways now to see that this can't work in base 10. 1, we multiplied it out. 2, you saw that this was divisible by 2 and 5, which meant it would end in a 0, but this doesn't end in a 0. And also I told you we could have just multiplied the last digits together. 2 times 5 times 6, that's 60, it ends in a 0. The product has to end in a 0. Okay. All right, so now we know it's not base 10 and you think it's less than base 10.
Yes.
So what base do you want to try now?
Well, I think it would be a little bit less. We could try base 8.
All right, let's try base 8 for our next movie.